Cliffhanger on our hands here today, folks. Midnight tonight is the deadline for Congress to pass the CR, which is a continuing resolution on the budget, which would avoid shutting down the government, which neither side seems to have a big interest in at this point, but we'll see. The House unveiled it yesterday. They're getting ready to vote on it today. Both sides have some big problems with it the way it stands. It's a $1.1 trillion spending bill, and it would delay a fight over the president's executive order on immigration until early part of next year. Some conservatives think that's the wrong thing to do. They're not thrilled with everything in the bill and in terms of how it spends money either. Joining me now, South Carolina Congressman Mick Mulvaney. Congressman, welcome. Good to have you here this morning.
Martha, good morning. Thanks for having me.
So I'm told by our producer on the Hill that normally most of the fiscal bills that try to get through Congress have 30 to 40 Republicans who are not on board. In this case, the thinking is that there's maybe 50 to 60 Republicans who are not on board with this bill. Is that what you see?
It's certainly what we're hearing. The numbers are larger than we probably have seen in the past. A lot of folks are concerned about what's in the bill. Anytime you have a 1,600-page bill, there's going to be some good things, but also some bad things. A lot of folks are worried about what's in the bill that we don't know about. To face it, we saw this for the first time yesterday. No one's going to read the whole thing before they vote on it, and that's always a very dangerous thing to do. So, yeah, there's a lot of discontent today about the bill.
You know, there's a lot of attention on these extender tax breaks, which are part of the bigger fiscal picture. Horse owners, $97 million in tax breaks. NASCAR owners, $15 million in tax breaks. Film production, $424 million in tax breaks. And perhaps the biggest takeaway for me from this is that, you know, we always are in this situation where you're rushing down to the last minute, and this stuff just gets carried over from bill to bill to bill, and nobody ever picks it apart and says, wait a minute, this is stupid. Why would this be in here?
Actually, that's partially true. There's another part to that. On the extenders bill, for example, which you didn't mention, was the subsidy for wind energy, which a lot of conservatives objected to and wanted to try and take out of the bill, and we weren't given the opportunity to do that. So often around here, Martha, all we're given is the chance to vote up or down on a bill. We don't get a chance to offer amendments like I tried to do last night to the omnibus. So we're often put in a very difficult situation of not being able to make bills better with amendments, and that frustrates a lot of folks, not just conservatives.
Are you willing to shut down over this issue?
I don't think anybody wants to shut down. I think the fallback position today, and a position that many conservatives take, is to pass a short-term funding bill. Get us something that gets us beyond January 5th. There's a lot of good new senators coming in early January, and we've been asking the question without a reasonable answer, I don't think, of why are we dealing with Harry Reid when we could be dealing with Mitch McConnell and my friends Tom Cotton and James Lankford and Cory Gardner in a matter of weeks. So no, a shutdown is not a reality. I don't think it's an option. I think what we're trying to do is move the date from today, when we're dealing with Democrats in the Senate, to January, when we can deal with Republicans.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Democrats who are very unhappy about some of the campaign finance package and language that is in this bill. You know, is it possible that they may not go along with this and not get something done by tonight?
Yeah, it's absolutely right. I mean, I think it exposes the weaknesses of trying to cut deals with Democrats. When the leadership of the House comes to the conservatives to try and pick up votes, we're usually pretty reliable. And when we say we're going to vote for something, we will. We've learned in the past with the Farm Bill, for example, last year, when our leadership goes to the Democrats are not nearly as reliable. By the way, on the political finance thing that you mentioned, which allows the folks to give up to $750,000 to political parties, that's causing difficulties with the Republican wings as well.
Interesting. All right, we'll see where this goes. Congressman, thank you. You guys got your work cut out for you today. We'll be watching closely. Good to see you.
Thanks, Martha.